She's going to go here and then...
UNLV will be introducing a new rooming option next school year. We have a preview of what this floor offers.
We also got a chance to talk to UNLV's most iconic alumni. Stay tuned, you're watching Studio G.
Good afternoon, Rebels, and welcome to Studio G. I'm Jamie Poole.
And I'm Jessica Vargas. UNLV Housing is finding new ways to create a more inclusive campus for the LGBT community. Annabelle Rocha has the story.
This fall, UNLV is getting its first gender-inclusive floor here at South Hall. We talked to some of the people involved, and here's what they had to say.
Started actually working on it, I'd say, late October. So from there till now, we're still kind of fine-tuning things since it won't actually go live until the fall. But we're definitely ready to start putting students in spaces.
RA Sawyer-Spackman pitched the idea after learning about similar floors at other schools.
I was a little bit surprised when the RA that I met at a conference was, how do you LGBT floor? My very first thought I remember was, UNLV is so diverse, why don't we have that?
He hopes that the new floor will provide a safe space for students.
It brings a message of inclusion. Fortunately, there's a lot of LGBT people in America and our age that are homeless or have faced discrimination or other things like that. So having a space for them to be able to live, go to school and learn and grow, develop their identities and further themselves, that's what I look forward to.
Lignelli says that Stonewall isn't the only change UNLV Housing is planning.
Another really cool thing about South next year is over the summer, we're going to get completely renovated with new carpets, new paint. So we'll have a brand new shiny building for all our residents, and that's not exclusive to Stonewall. That'll be the entire complex.
Stonewall Suites is currently accepting applications. For students who would like to live here next semester, contact UNLV Housing. For Studio G, I'm Annabelle Rocha.
We will have South Complex Resident Life Coordinator Andrew Lignelli on our show next week to tell us more.
Transitioning to a university may seem difficult at first, but one student organization is helping to establish a sense of community on campus. Ashley Renan has the story.
You may have heard of, or perhaps walked past, this little house on campus, but if you've never stepped foot inside the Housel's house, you may be in for a powerful surprise. The Center for Social Justice, located inside of the historic Housel's house, provides a space for UNLV students to speak up, foster change, and create a just community. And no one knows that better than the students who work here.
My name is Jasmine Bryan. I am a sophomore here at UNLV, and my major is journalism and media studies. I was born to be an academic. I love learning about the different things and different people. The CSJ really fosters an environment and a culture that is geared towards learning more things and learning about perspectives and different people. We have a staff of maybe 10 to 15 every semester, and people volunteer throughout the year at our events and things like that.
UNLV senior Desiree Galvez volunteers at the center and considers the Housel's house an essential place for students to gather.
When I first started at UNLV, I had transferred from CSN, and I was looking for community, and I was looking to be able to grow with other students, build with my peers. And definitely, I think the CSJ helped provide that.
The center creates community awareness by hosting and participating in activities like Rebel Community Service Day.
So today we did Service Day, where we go to different sites around the valley and do some volunteer work.
What's the best part about being involved with the Center for Social Justice?
You kind of build a little family, so even if you're not here every single day, the fact that this is like a house makes you feel like you're at home.
I've learned that, we all are very different, but we also are unified when we are able to address the issues that affect us individually.
So if you happen to spot the little house on Brussels Street, it may be worth a trip to step inside. For Studio G, I'm Ashley Renan.
Students interested in volunteering for the Center for Social Justice can follow the CSJUNLV Facebook page for more information and events.
The Raiders coming to Las Vegas is still up in the air since there's still need a partner to secure $650 million towards the new stadium. If all goes as planned, UNLV could have a new spot for their football team to play in. We wanted to see how the students at UNLV felt about this idea. Jamie Poole has the story.
I'm standing here in the courtyard of the Student Union asking UNLV students how they feel about the Raiders possibly coming to Las Vegas. Whether they think it's going to increase student attendance at the football games, if they're excited, or if they wish it was even another team.
I don't think I mind that it's Raiders Stadium because, Vegas needs a team, something to get behind. And if it's closer to the Strip, if that's what they're going to do, it's better than Sam Boyd,
Right.
distance-wise. So
I think it'd be cool for the city, especially that we now have the hockey team. I know everyone's really jazzed about having our first professional sport here, so having another professional sport here would probably help out quite a bit. Pretty excited overall.
I'm excited that they're coming. It's just something to look forward to in Vegas as well.
I'm sure that if they did student nights or, let's all be honest, when we get out there and we get the dollar beer and nacho combo, that's always great. So.
and what fraternity? If they were to offer some sort of deal for UNLV students, I think that would really bring in a lot of people.
For Studio G, I'm Jamie Poole.
It's great to hear all these students that are up for having the football team here, a possibility of having it here.
Yeah, I think it's exciting for them to have a new spot, or a new stadium in general would be awesome for them. So
Yeah, for all Las Vegas residents. Coming up, we take a look at what's going on around the Valley. Also, we sit down with Studio G's youngest senior. We'll be right back.
What makes us, the Smurfs, so happy? The forest, of course. This is where we, along with the beautiful forest creatures, make our home with beautiful plant life, clean water, and endless adventures. It's a place to celebrate. So discover the forest with your family today. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
The show's name is the Rebel and Revolt Show. Pretty good show about, just someone who will actually talk about UNLV the way an outsider might feel. We talk about current events, we talk about politics, try to take an offensive swing with it. Sometimes it's hit or miss, but and we talk about, the little things in life that everybody laughs about. And we are the Rebels and we are revolting. My name is Jameson Wilk and I run the Rebel and Revolt Show, and you can tune in at therebelhd2.com. The show's name is the Rebel and Revolt Show. Pretty good show about, just someone who will actually talk about UNLV the way an outsider might feel. We talk about current events, we talk about politics, try to take an offensive swing with it. Sometimes it's hit or miss, but and we talk about, the little things in life that everybody laughs about. And we are the Rebels and we are revolting. My name is Jameson Wilk and I run the Rebel and Revolt Show, and you can tune in at therebelhd2.com.
Welcome back to Studio G. Let's take a look at what's going on around the Valley, starting with some of the biggest headlines of today. A proposed 5,025 home community near the Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area will be the biggest topic at today's Clark County Zoning Commission meeting. The housing project will be built on 2,000 acres of land located on Blue Diamond Hill. A local environment nonprofit group, Save Red Rock, has been fighting the current plan and claims to have gathered signatures from more than 40,000 people who oppose the development. County commissioners approved a similar concept plan for development in 2011, but those negotiations ended without a deal in 2014.
3 teenagers were held without bail today in a Las Vegas justice court after their first appearance to face murder charges for more than 2 years ago. 18-year-old Brenda Garcia paid 19-year-old Joseph Luis Sanchez and 19-year-old Michael Trieb $50 each to kill her mother. 41-year-old Julia Garcia's body was found wrapped in trash bags and abandoned in a desert area.
More than 100 people were at a vigil Tuesday night in honor of Tyrese Coleman Jr., a Shadow Ridge High School senior who was fatally shot on Sunday. Coleman was shot at about 5 p.m. after an altercation near the West Las Vegas Library. He died less than half an hour later at the University Medical Center. Coleman is the 4th Shadow Ridge student to die since August.
In lighter news, a new report released by the College Board revealed that 22.5% of Nevada high school students have passed advanced placement exams, which is slightly higher than the national average of 21.9%. According to the report, Nevada has improved the percentage of students passing the exams at a faster rate than the national average. During the past decade, Nevada has jumped from 14% to 22.5% since 2006.
Former Monte Carlo headliner magician Lance Burton will be inducted into the UNLV Hall of Fame for entertainers on March 7th. Burton has performed in Las Vegas for 30 years and ended his residency at the Monte Carlo in 2010. He performed 15,000 times over the course of his career.
Next Tuesday, the Valley will be welcoming a new barbecue joint. Steve Overlay has been competing and winning in national-level barbecue contests for 10 years and will be opening his very own restaurant, Sin City Smokers Barbecue, in Henderson. His menu will include pulled pork, Angus beef biscuit, and his championship ribs. Overlay has competed on the Food Network show Chopped and is about to compete in the Jack Daniel's World Championships in Tennessee.
That does it for your local news headlines.
The Nevada Army National Guard 17th Sustainment Brigade returned home just in time for the holidays after a year-long deployment. It was the largest unit to deploy out of Nevada since 2010. 60 days post-deployment, the soldiers gathered together at the Red Rock Casino for their Yellow Ribbon event.
Standing out in front of the Red Rock Ballroom where the Nevada Army National Guard 17th Sustainment Brigade is having their post-60-day deployment Yellow Ribbon program. We have vendors speaking from all sorts of different places for the Army. We have Navy Federal, we have people from the VA loans, Military One Source. They're here just to provide resources to the veterans to reintegrate into civilian life post-deployment. We will hopefully catch up with a few soldiers and talk about their life since they've been back. Major Catherman was among the guest speakers and discussed the reintegration process. He said, quote, "We all go through whatever we're going to go through, and a lot of folks don't have any issues whatsoever and are just going to rock and roll and life's good. And others are going to struggle a bit with the reintegration." I also have comments from soldiers of the 17th Sustainment Brigade, including Specialist Gonzalez.
It's actually been really smooth for me. So, I mean, everything, thank God for me, everything so far has been just a smooth transition over from overseas to back at home.
When asked what life was like during deployment, Specialist Grant and military spouse Jennifer Rostowski had opposing opinions.
It was my first deployment. I really didn't know what to expect, but I could handle being away from my family and everything, so.
It was pretty difficult, just thinking about, doing everything at home alone, and of course the main thing was the safety of my spouse, and we have 3 children, so we definitely, it was a difficult year.
After the ceremony, Sergeant Truesdale talked about what he gained from the Yellow Ribbon ceremony and the resources they have provided for them to reintegrate back into civilian life.
I mean, there's a number of resources and it's all out there, and it's just the knowledge of knowing what's out there for you. And so that's why programs like these are really beneficial, so you can really know what's out there.
From Studio G, I'm Alyssa Truesdale.
Soldiers are encouraged to take advantage of the resources available to not only help with the reintegration process, but to also assist them with everyday occurrences.
Now let's take a look at our weather for today. How's it looking, Timey?
Hi, Jessica. Well, I can tell you that the weather today is 63 degrees, high 66, low 44, and it's going to be mostly sunny. But I can tell you also that in California, a lot of people are suffering right now, as you can see in the picture, due to a lot of flooding. So if you are driving, please be careful and don't do so if you really don't have to, because the streets are really bad right now. As you can see here, the weekly 5-day forecast, we could have rain on Sunday and Monday. The high temperature this week is 61 degrees, low 40 degrees. Sunny on Thursday, Friday, and mostly sunny on Saturday. Let's take a look at the net screen. Here in the valley, we have The highest 63 degrees on North Las Vegas, and Boulder City. The lowest in Summerlin is 54 degrees. Here at UNLV, we have 60 degrees. It's going to be windy. The wind speed 13 miles per hour. Tonight, we have 43 degrees, and then the wind speed is going to be 11 miles per hour, but we'll be fine. Just wear like a sweater and you'll be okay. The national forecast right now, as you can see, snow in the west side of the country, north to east, north to south. On the east side, it's going to be mostly rain, so just take out your umbrellas over there in New York and Florida and everything. But we'll be fine in here, like I said, a little bit of rain, but we'll be okay. And that's it that I have for you in the weather segment. When we come back, we will be sitting with Albania here in the studio.
Yet to do an internship, you have to do an internship. It's one of the requirements for a journalism major. You have to do an internship before you can graduate.
Definitely having an internship as a requirement really helps push yourself out there and to just remind you that your graduation is coming up soon. You're going to have to need some work experience in your career. So it's really good to put yourself out there early on, and they tend to help students a lot more. So when you do a student internship, it really helps out a lot.
Your community's farmers market. Welcoming, lively, friendly. A place where neighbors and friends come together to celebrate their community. With over 50 vendors, organic, sustainable, fresh produce are available just for you. Support and buy local at Fresh 52.
This is a nutrition center. Anyone from the Las Vegas community is welcome. We can get more people into the nutrition center, get them more educated, then they can learn what ways to prevent chronic diseases and to become healthier individuals. All classes are held in BHS building, Bigelow Health Sciences, room 212, and the times vary, but you could always check them at the UNLV calendar or UNLV Today, and all the classes, times, and descriptions are available there.
Welcome back. I'm Alyssa Truesdell. UNLV-TV has been around since 1990, and ever since then it has produced many documentaries and TV shows. Studio G is one of them. Taimi Soto has the details about the challenges that this semester brings.
This semester, Student G faces a challenge for the students and even for the professor.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're all set. Cool.
Studio G newscast airs live 4 days a week from studios located inside the Greenspan Hall at University of Nevada, Las Vegas. During the half-an-hour show, journalist students majors are involved in all aspects of production, which provides them the ability to learn and experience a real newsroom.
You're able to get all your stupid stuff out here before you go out into the real world, which I think is important.
This spring semester is different from others in the past since approximately 90% of the students are seniors. This could be an issue since accommodating all students to the same opportunity of jobs positions could be challenging, mentioned Professor Dr. Larson behind camera. However, many are optimistic.
This class allows you to act like you're in the real field, which I think is something that is not only valuable, but it's something that I think everyone should do if you're going into the broadcast journalism field.
You can watch Studio G from Tuesday to Friday at noon. That's it for me right now. Back to the studio.
We're here today with one of those seniors, Albania Guido. Thanks for joining us, Albania.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So I heard that you're actually the youngest senior to graduate in May. Is that correct?
For this semester, yes. Of all time, I don't know.
Oh, okay. And how did that work out? Did you take classes early to graduate early from high school, or you just overloaded your schedule for college?
Both. So my last 2 years of high school, I was in a dual college program at CSN. So CCSD paid for 12 of our credits every semester. And then I took extra credits while I was in high school and then transferred to UNLV, and then I've just taken extra credits since then as well.
And were you taking actual journalism classes at CSN, or did you just wait to do those at UNLV?
I took one journalism class at CSN, my first journalism class, and it was kind of what pushed me to take journalism as my career goal, or yeah.
And how does that feel to know that you're actually one of the youngest seniors to graduate for this semester?
Cool. It's a little bit of a challenge because you have a lot of people rooting for you, make sure you don't mess up or anything, but it's a good motivator.
And are you the first in your family to graduate, or are you just the youngest in your family as well?
I'm not the first. My older sister just graduated last semester, but I am going to be the youngest so far with the bachelor's, yeah.
Okay. And how many credits were you taking every semester at UNLV?
At UNLV, I've taken 18, I think, every semester. There was one semester where I just did the minimum 12, but that's just because it was a little hard finding classes when I first transferred over. But other than that, it's been a full load.
And were you taking summer semesters as well?
I took one summer semester, yeah.
And are you happy that you graduated in such a short time, or do you kind of wish you would have taken it a little bit slower?
Just slower in the fact that I would have been able to retain more information. That's seems kind of useless, but happy that I'm doing it at 19. I was originally planning to graduate in December, but now that I'm graduating in May, it's a few weeks before my 20th birthday, so I'm just making that cut of graduating at 19.
That's awesome. And what are your plans after graduation?
I don't know. That's the question, isn't it? Just whatever I can do. Video editing would be my preferred my preferred job, just because I love doing that. I'm interning with UNLV-TV right now and editing the Scramble for them and doing some other shows, but whatever I can do to just keep going would be awesome.
And do you have any advice for current high school students that are thinking about either graduating early and kind of taking the same path that you are?
I would say be responsible, because at our program it was all based on us, what we were doing. We didn't really have to check in with counselors and stuff like that on the college level. So I would say just be responsible with what you're doing. Make sure you're actually on track and not fooling around and stuff like that. Go to your classes is the best thing, yeah.
And how do you expect this semester to go? I mean, is this semester a full load as well?
It's a full load, yeah. I'm doing my internship and then I'm taking 4 or 5 other classes. It's a lot, but I'm just hoping to pass and do well this semester.
And did you always know that you wanted to graduate early?
I didn't. When my sister entered the program, my parents were like, she's getting this opportunity, so you should be able to take it as well. And I'm just hoping to finish doing really well, not failing any classes, hopefully. That would just derail my life, I think, if I were to fail my last semester. But
was your sister a journalism major as well? Or?
She majored in criminal justice, which
Okay.
is same department, but just.
And since you kind of had the plan to graduate early, did you have to plan ahead? Did you know you wanted to go into broadcast journalism when you came to UNLV? Or?
When I came to UNLV, I thought I was going to do print, just because that was my first real journalism class that I took here. But after that, when I got into broadcast, it kind of opened up a whole new world for me. I'm actually, they're both my concentration, but I kind of lean more towards the broadcast. I enjoy that more. If I had the opportunity to switch to broadcast in my last semester, I don't think I would, just because I'm almost done, and then print's a good backup plan anyway.
So is that your minor then, or it's just your concentration?
It's just my concentration, both of them, yeah.
Okay. And are you planning on pursuing maybe a doctorate or going back to school for any more, or are you stopping here?
I don't know. We'll see where the next year takes me. I just feel like it'd be a lot to just jump right into schools, into graduate school, because I've been in college since I was 16. So I just feel like it would be cool to graduate early with that as well. It would just be a lot to do, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And how are you feeling that this semester is going to go? Excited? You're just anxious to be done?
I'm excited, a little nervous to be done with school, to be honest. It's like what I've known my whole life, I guess. So it's, I'm just hoping to do well this semester.
All right, great. Thank you so much. We wish you the best of luck in everything you hope to accomplish, Albania. And thank you for taking the time to be here with us.
Thank you.
After the break, we catch up with Guy Fieri and learn some new moves from one of Las Vegas's many dance teams. Stay tuned.
Sunday evening jazz. I mainly play a lot of contemporary jazz music from the 1960s up until about 2012, 2013. When I go on, just explain who it was, the name of the song, the name of the artist, maybe the name of the album, their career. I just hope that everybody enjoys it and appreciate it for the kind of music it is and how great it is. My name is Sam, and I host Sunday Evening Jazz on the rebelhd2.com.
My goal is to be an on-air personality, and that's what my career is. It feels really incredible because I've been wanting to do something like this for my whole entire life since I was little.
I mean, it's an opportunity to express myself, get my voice out in public, and get heard for things that I feel strongly about.
This station helped me out a lot, gave me a lot of information I didn't know about a radio station in general.
I mean, it was really easy to get a show here. I took the classes and did the shadowing. They give you a lot of freedom to do what you like, and I feel like there's a lot of support in places you can get answers to.
It's just an incredible experience because I could take what I learned here and I could turn it into something more.
The Las Vegas dance community is filled with passionate dancers and teens that love to inspire, motivate, and perform. One of the local dance teams is called High Profile, and Kayleen Talons has the story about this competing dance team.
High Profile Dance Academy is a home to many local dance teams, especially one in particular, High Profile. Imani Chasson, director of High Profile, explains the history and background of this competing team.
High Profile was founded in 2010 from two sister teams, Formality, which was an all-guys team, and High Fidelity, which was an all-girls team. Once both of those teams split up, they joined together and created a co-ed team, High Profile, originally directed by Aldrin Angeles and Troy Corrales.
Ever since this dance team was created, there is a motto that each teammate strongly lives and stands by. This motto is not just a phrase, but serves a purpose.
High Profile's motto is Love, Loyalty, Legacy. The love stands for the love of dance and the love of our teammates. The loyalty is the loyalty to our team and our teammates. And then the legacy is what we hope to leave behind.
Jose Soto, a new director for High Profile, shares what he's looking forward to this upcoming season.
I'm just really excited to take on competitions and show the world what High Profile is about. And to also just serve people. This is a great opportunity to lead a group like High Profile. So I'm just honored by it, and I'm just here to serve them. That's it.
Aside from love, loyalty, and legacy, High Profile wants to be able to help others by aiming to inspire and setting an example.
I would say that we hope to inspire people throughout the dance community and also who are not related to dance. Maybe they have a different interest and it's also artistic. So we just want to inspire them to go for whatever their interest is with full force.
Be on the lookout for High Profile as they will be competing within these next few months. For Studio G, I'm Kayleen Talents.
High Profile has casting auditions every year in January.
Well, the university campus was visited by UNLV celebrity graduate this past Thursday, and he went to the kitchen to show the students what he's got cooking. Guy Fieri visited a cooking course to field questions and provide some history on his experiences on campus. He reminisced about some of his memories with them as well.
This is Memory City, man. I sat in that chair right there, No, it was called 367 when I went to school here. And it's just neat to see that the classroom, they're taking care of the equipment. And I'm actually looking forward to coming back when they do one of the lunches.
Mr. Fieri is due to make another visit sometime at the end of the year to the university campus to visit students again.
Thanks for watching the second episode of Studio G. Be sure to follow us on social media at UNLV Studio. I'm Jamie Poole.
And I'm Jessica Vargas. Tune in tomorrow for another episode of Studio G.